Welcome to this comprehensive review of the latest dramatic developments in The Bold and the Beautiful. Today, we're diving deep into some of the most emotionally charged storylines that have captivated viewers in recent episodes. Whether you've been following the show for decades or are just tuning in, I'll guide you through the complex web of relationships, heartbreaking decisions, and life-altering moments that define this beloved soap opera. So settle in as we explore the intertwined fates of Hope, Deacon, Carter, Finn, and Liam in the glamorous yet tumultuous world of Los Angeles fashion. In recent episodes, we've witnessed Hope Logan at a crucial crossroads in her personal life. Following the breakdown of her marriage to Liam Spencer, Hope finds herself unexpectedly approached by Carter Walton, who expresses his desire to rekindle their relationship. Uncertain about how to proceed, Hope turns to her father, Deacon Sharp, for guidance during an intimate heart-to-heart conversation that showcases the strengthened bond between father and daughter. The scene between Hope and Deacon unfolds with remarkable emotional authenticity. Hope, visibly conflicted, confides in her father about Carter's proposition. The vulnerability in her expression speaks volumes about her internal struggle, torn between lingering feelings and painful memories of betrayal. Deacon listens attentively, his face reflecting genuine concern for his daughter's happiness. This moment highlights the significant evolution of their relationship considering their complicated history and Deacon's own checkered past. When Hope asks for his honest opinion, Deacon's response is thoughtful and measured. He acknowledges Carter's fundamental decency, drawing from his own extensive interactions with the man over the years. Carter is still a good man at heart, Deacon tells Hope, his voice carrying the weight of someone who understands human fallibility all too well. He explains that Carter's greatest mistake stemmed from his loyalty to Ridge Forrester and the guilt he felt about betraying that trust, which ultimately led to Hope's disappointment. What makes this exchange particularly compelling is Deacon's growth as a character. Once the troublemaker of Los Angeles, he now offers balanced, mature advice without pushing his own agenda. He validates Hope's feelings while gently suggesting that if she still harbors feelings for Carter, reconciliation might be worth considering. The nuanced performance captures Deacon's transformation from schemer to supportive father, adding depth to a character who has experienced his own journey of redemption. Hope absorbs her father's words, her expression reflecting appreciation for his insight. However, in a powerful assertion of her independence, she ultimately decides against reuniting with Carter. This decision marks a significant moment in Hope's character development, demonstrating her ability to make choices based on her own well-being rather than external pressures or expectations. The scene is masterfully acted, with subtle facial expressions conveying the complex emotions behind her resolution. Hope's revelation that she intends to leave Los Angeles altogether adds another layer of dramatic tension to the storyline. "I need a fresh start, Dad," she explains, her voice steady despite the magnitude of this decision. Away from the memories, away from the pain. This declaration represents not just a geographical move but a symbolic rebirth for a character who has endured numerous heartbreaks and disappointments throughout the series. The writers have crafted this narrative arc with remarkable sensitivity, allowing Hope's character to evolve naturally while honoring her established personality traits. Her decision to forge a new path elsewhere, despite her father's support for reconciliation with Carter, showcases her growing self-awareness and determination to break cycles of heartbreak. The dialogue in these scenes strikes a perfect balance between emotional authenticity and the dramatic flair that fans expect from The Bold and the Beautiful. Meanwhile, across town, another storyline unfolds with equally high emotional stakes. Dr. Finn, known for his medical brilliance and compassionate approach to patient care, faces perhaps his greatest professional challenge yet. Liam Spencer, Hope's ex-husband and father to her daughter Beth, has been diagnosed with a brain tumor in a location deemed inoperable by local specialists. The diagnosis scenes are handled with appropriate gravity, the medical terminology accurate but accessible to viewers. Refusing to accept defeat, Finn demonstrates remarkable determination by reaching out to his international medical network. His efforts lead him to a renowned specialist from abroad who has pioneered innovative surgical techniques for previously inoperable tumors. The scenes depicting Finn's research and consultation calls highlight his dedication and the lengths to which doctors sometimes go for their patients. The medical aspects of the storyline are presented with sufficient detail to feel authentic without overwhelming viewers with technical jargon. Hope for Liam's recovery spreads throughout the extended family, creating a temporary truce among characters with complicated histories. Steffi, Bill, Katie, and others gather at the hospital, setting aside past grievances in the face of potential tragedy. These waiting room scenes effectively capture the suspended animation of hospital vigils, the nervous glances at clocks, the half-finished cups of coffee, the hushed conversations that trail off into worried silence. The surgical preparation scenes are particularly well executed, building tension through precise pacing and direction. Finn's final consultation with the specialist reveals both cautious optimism and acknowledgement of the significant risks involved. Liam's pre-surgery moments with his daughters and family members are heart-wrenching in their restrained emotion, as he tries to remain positive while clearly understanding the gravity of his situation. Tragically, despite the best efforts of the medical team, Liam does not survive the surgery. The scene where Finn emerges from the operating room, still in his surgical gown with shoulders slumped in defeat, is a masterclass in visual storytelling. Before he speaks a word, viewers understand what has happened. The subsequent scenes of grief as the news spreads among family members are handled with remarkable restraint, allowing the actors to convey the depth of their characters' pain through subtle performances rather than melodramatic outbursts. Finn's struggle with guilt forms a compelling psychological subplot. I encouraged him to take the risk, he confesses to Steffi in a moment of raw vulnerability. I gave him hope when maybe I should have prepared him for the worst. This self-recrimination feels authentic to his character, a perfectionist physician confronting the limits of medical science and his own abilities. The writing here explores the emotional burden carried by medical professionals when treatments fail, adding depth to what could have been a purely clinical storyline. What elevates this narrative is the community's response to Finn's guilt. Rather than blame, he receives compassion and understanding from Liam's family. You gave him a chance when no one else would, Bill Spencer tells him in a rare moment of emotional openness. Liam knew the risks. He chose to fight. These interactions highlight the show's nuanced approach to grief, acknowledging that tragedy doesn't always require a villain. Sometimes, despite everyone's best efforts, sad outcomes occur. The production values throughout these emotional storylines deserve special mention. The hospital sets are convincingly detailed, from the equipment in the operating room to the sterile corridors where life-changing conversations take place. Lighting choices effectively underscore the emotional tone of each scene. Warm, golden hues for Hope and Deacon's heart-to-heart conversations, and cooler, more clinical lighting for the hospital sequences. The costume design remains true to each character's established style while subtly reflecting their emotional states. Hope's wardrobe gradually shifting toward simpler, more practical pieces as she contemplates leaving her fashion industry life behind. The musical scoring deserves particular praise for its restraint. Rather than manipulating viewers with heavy-handed emotional cues, the soundtrack complements the performances without overwhelming them. During Liam's final scenes, the minimal piano accompaniment enhances the emotional impact without distracting from the powerful acting. From a broader narrative perspective, these parallel storylines effectively explore themes of choice, fate, and moving forward after loss. Hope's decision to leave Los Angeles represents a proactive choice to reshape her destiny, while Liam's story reminds viewers of life's unpredictability and the limits of human control. Together, they create a compelling meditation on how people respond to life's crossroads, some by charting new courses, others by fighting against seemingly insurmountable odds. The writing team has skillfully balanced these heavy themes with moments of warmth and connection that prevent the storylines from becoming overwhelmingly bleak. Deacon's supportive presence in Hope's life offers glimpses of hope amid heartbreak. Similarly, the community that rallies around Finn after Liam's death demonstrates the resilience of human bonds in the face of tragedy. For longtime viewers, these developments represent significant evolution for characters they've followed for years. Hope's journey from the optimistic young designer to a woman making the difficult choice to leave her hometown shows meaningful character growth. Deacon's transformation from manipulative schemer to thoughtful father figure rewards viewers who have witnessed his long road to redemption. Even in death, Liam's storyline honors the character's established values, his courage, his devotion to family, and his willingness to fight for a future with his daughters. The performances across these storylines are consistently strong. The actors portraying Hope and Deacon bring nuanced emotional depth to their father-daughter scenes with subtle facial expressions and body language that communicate as much as the dialogue. Finn's portrayal balances professional composure with genuine emotional investment, making his eventual guilt and grief all the more impactful. The ensemble work during the hospital scenes demonstrates the cast's ability to create authentic group dynamics, with each character processing the crisis in ways true to their established personalities. These recent episodes of The Bold and the Beautiful demonstrate why the show has maintained its dedicated viewership for decades. By balancing character-driven emotional arcs with high-stakes drama, the series continues to evolve while honoring its rich history. The writer's willingness to explore difficult themes like mortality, regret, and new beginnings keeps the narrative fresh and engaging even within the familiar framework of soap opera storytelling. As viewers, we're left with compelling questions about what comes next. Will Hope follow through on her decision to leave Los Angeles, or will unexpected circumstances alter her plans? How will Finn reconcile with his role in Liam's failed surgery as he continues his medical career? What ripple effects will Liam's death have throughout the community, particularly for his children? These unresolved questions ensure that audiences will remain invested in future episodes, eager to see how these characters navigate the aftermath of these life-changing events. In conclusion, the recent storylines featuring Hope's difficult decision and Liam's tragic fate represent The Bold and the Beautiful at its best, emotionally resonant. Character-driven drama that balances heartbreak with moments of genuine human connection. The thoughtful writing, strong performances, and high production values combine to create compelling television that respects both the characters' established histories and the intelligence of the viewing audience. Thank you for joining me for this in-depth analysis of The Bold and the Beautiful. If you enjoyed this review, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more thoughtful discussions of your favorite shows. Until next time, keep watching and sharing your thoughts in the comments below.